Hello everyone, welcome back to another Age of Empires 4 commentary. I am Beyond, and as always, thank you so much for all the support in the recent videos. It really does mean a lot to me, and if you do enjoy, please do subscribe and like this video. It really helps me out with the algorithm and all that other nonsense. Now let's get right into the gameplay. In the top hand side of the map in the blue, we have Cup as the English, which as you know, everyone loves the English. And in the bottom side of the map in the red, we have Trade Hater 2, aka Core. Core just started a YouTube video, so I'll leave that link in the description as well. Go check it out. It has a really cool new series, just how to get better. So if you're looking for that really high-level player to give you commentary on how to improve with the game and how to climb the ladder, definitely recommend it for sure. Now, the Abbasid versus the English, I will pop up it on the screen right now, the win rate. It is currently in favor of the English at a 58% win rate. I think around 300 games played in Conqueror and above. So actually a pretty decent sample size. So we'll see if Core is able to overcome that 58% and kind of make that difference and overcome the English. Now, the English, definitely, there's a lot of different plays you can make in the Abbasid. The Abbasid right now is usually going a fast second town center, sometimes even 3. So the English sometimes do try to hit that timing attack of a feudal age, maybe feudal age all in with some rams. The classic English start, going to council hall. Wow, I can't speak. Going into council hall with lots of archers and just trying to outdo the Abbasid before they can really ramp up. We'll be interested to see what wing Core decides to go for. This would be a decent-ish trading map as well, because you could really block this off with the help of this over here. So we'll see if they decide to go trading. I know the last video I put up was about trading. It didn't do as well. I understand it's not they're not the best games to watch sometimes when it just feels like something just feels out of the other person's control. But it is good to see, just like I've always said about like water maps, stuff like that. It is sometimes good to see, and I try to pick games that also other commentators and other people aren't using as well, because I know that a lot of the times these players also have YouTube channels, so I'm trying my best to not also double up or take away any of their content. So we do see the economic wing going down, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see stone being captured soon by Core for that second TC. 2 TC into a just farming boom. I've been watching some high-level players like Salami and stuff like that on stream. And I think they just played an Abbasid player against the English matchup, and they just went like 5 TC. And I know that Crackady's here is using that Mongol speed run, and he's just been placing down TCs left and right. So the economic boom kind of in the game right now is definitely thriving, and the English are a decent all-around civ. I believe on BC's tier list. They ranked very high, I believe S tier. So it's just one of those things where they're going to be good at roughly everything. It's very hard to, you can nerf different pieces of the English, but they're always going to do kind of the same thing, and since they're so nimble, it's kind of hard to nerf them all together. You can maybe nerf them down into one play style, or nerf down early aggression, I believe, and we have some berries going down from Core. Just kind of waiting. We have that nice early wheelbarrow as well. But you can kind of nerf different aspects of the English, but since they're just kind of a simple civilization with a lot of simple things, and longbowmen are good in H2, and same with their feudal age men-at-arms, it's going to be one of those things where you can only do so much, and I think if you overtune it, then you'll nerf a lot of other nations inconsequently, unless you specifically nerf just English units, which might be the case with some of the early men-at-arms. So it's going to be interesting to see what the developers do and their take on this. And there's the stone, as I predicted. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see that second TC thrown down. I wonder where they're going to slap. I wonder where Core's going to slap it. Maybe over by the deer over here. Maybe I don't know. Maybe by this deer over here next to the gold. Maybe back here for a little bit more protection with these berries in this gold. There's a few different spots. So we'll see what Core likes to do. The map is one of the larger maps. Not like super large, but not as cheesy as some of those I forget the name of it, but that like really condensed map. And then you're just like on top of each other, and English just rush for the White Tower and take over the whole game. But yeah, so I think to close up that thought around the English, I think it's going to be interesting to see what the developers kind of do and see, and we also see some stone coming down over here for a cup as well, so going for that second TC as well, just enough to get a little bit of both, and we'll see where they like to put it. I'm assuming back here, maybe by these deer in the back, which would be nice, or just right in front. They're much better at the game than I am, so maybe they're a little bit worried about the possibility of just like maybe securing this front. Maybe it's also just a way to just like get up as quickly as possible because they know the Abbasid player is coming down, and same with this, so they like to go closer to this berries over here. So it's gonna be interesting to see. We're gonna see probably like that mid game, maybe Castle Age, probably like that Castle Age to just right before Age 4, with just by the look of these two openings. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think about the English and where they should go, what they should do, how you think they should be nerfed, not nerfed. Do you think it's just a byproduct of how simplistic the civilization actually is? I mean, it's just them and the French are this super, super easy. There's not many mechanics that you have to learn about, which I think is going to always be kind of tough when it comes down to it, which is like, how do you fully manage that, right? Like, how do you balance something like the Chinese or something like, not even the Abbasid, but like just Mongols, like these much like more intricate, difficult civilizations compared to something that you pretty much can always, if you know the base of the game, you can pretty much get to a decent spot. But yeah, so let me know in the comments what you think should be done, if anything, to the English, and if not, you're an English lover, there's a third TC. So as I said, the Abbasid just expand for days. They just throw these things down like it's fun money and Monopoly, and wherever they expand, they're just going to buy. We've all done that. We've all done that Monopoly. We've all just essentially, we just used unlimited funds, and we bought horrendous property investments when we were younger. That's just how life goes. That's the beautiful thing about Monopoly, is that no one checks on you. There's no checks and balances. It's just you're the ruler of your own domain. Enough about board games. Back into this game. We have 7 on gold. It's just going to be an absolute economic boom. If we don't see any aggression towards core, he's just going to be able to outscale the English. There's not many. The English really turned back around. Their Castle Age, with the recent buffs to the Council Hall, being able to produce crossbowmen and stuff like that, have made their Castle Age definitely a lot significantly better. And the White Tower buffs have been pretty incredible as well for them. And there's another town center going, so 3 TC to 3 TC. So this is going to be a late game city. No one's going to show any sign of aggression anytime soon. So put down your farms, get your econ upgrades, because this one's going to be going on for quite a while. It's nice to see. It's definitely nice to see a variety of games from like the Age 2 all-ins to this. For one, I sometimes get lost in these larger games, but it is kind of fun. I played a game recently where I went to Age 4. I got all the way up to... it's just fun sometimes. It's a differentiator of the game. I think the game's in a pretty good state. Yes, I think trade needs some adjustments, especially the trade trick. I think some civilizations need a bit of toning down, like maybe the English early man-at-arms need a few adjustments just to make it a little bit more fair for their all-in push. I think the Delhi definitely needs some attention, some nerfs. Like let's worry about some of those things that just feel oppressive. But overall, this game is in such a good state. Super, super happy with it. Been loving playing it, whether 2v2, 1v1. So definitely credit to the devs making a really stellar game. And honestly, the pro scene right now is really fun to watch. Golden League was great. So big shout out to Golden League and Presti and all those guys. Really put on an incredible show. So excited to see what is coming up. And yeah, hopefully one day I'll get to cast on one of those tournaments, if I can actually, level up my game a little bit. I'm almost platinum. I'm almost platinum in both 1v1s and 2v2s. So once we get to that 250 subs, I'll be dropping that 2v2 series with my friend. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to do it first person or second person. Not second person, but essentially cast over the games. So if you have a preference on that, let me know for sure in the comments as well. And we have another TC over here, as I was blabbering on. I'm assuming there's going to be even another TC. Like, how do you stop? What do you do to this? Obviously, you can age 2 all in, but Cup decided to go 3 TCs, so there's not really, you can't really counter. I guess you could cancel and go in, but at this point, everyone's economy is just going to be popping. Cup has not decided to go Castle Age just yet. So I'm assuming we're going to see that pretty soon. We have some floated resources here. It looks like they're going to be dropped down. Cup is spotting this long wall over here by core to protect this expansion over here. Oh, it's a deer. I was like, are they collecting stone? A little iron action? We have a new resource in the game. It's the last thing I need. King's Palace, so a 4th TC going down as well for Cup. My goodness, this is going to be... When they finally do decide to make military, because we're still at 1-1, it's going to be crazy. It's already 64 to 57 in 11 minutes for civilians. That's nuts. Core going with the aggressive wall. I wonder if they'll be able to see that. I know there's a button I can click, but every time I click that button, I know I see it in Drongo's videos. I see it everywhere else. Killer Pigeon's videos. But every time I click that button, I get this weird color glitch, and so I don't trust it anymore. But I think if that wall goes down, there's a chance that they'll be able to see, like, at least the tip of it. Ah, yes, the Scout Wars. So Castle Age for each sign, both on 4 TCs. Wouldn't be surprised to see if we see another TC drop down by core, just because that's just the world we're living in right now as the Abbasid player. And uncontested and untouched is just going to be so easy. There's already Camel Knights out in the map. Camel Riders, I mean, they're technically knights, but you know what I mean. Camel Riders out on the map. We have Lancers coming down as well. So this is going to be a full, pretty beefy cavalry force. We do have as you can see, the immediate reaction by Cup is Crossbowmen and Speared, which is a great reaction, honestly. So we'll see how that goes. But 6 on the way now. So I'm assuming we have some crazy production going down. There they are. There's the archery ranges going down as well. There's the stables back here. Another one over here. They're just littered everywhere. And now we have a pretty sizable force that is going to be messing around. See if they can get some damage in this gold line. Let's see if Cup's able to pull them away in time. 1, 2, 3. No. Well, I mean, if they're able to snipe one of these, then it would be worth it. But only 1 crossbow is not enough to do enough damage on that front. Does get 1, but I believe one of the camel archers, was traded out. It was. So 1 civilian for a camel rider. I mean, maybe worth it just for the idle time itself, and knowing that you have 84 civilians in the backhand side that are constantly gathering. So it's probably worth it just to get that even slice lead in this kind of thing. We have the Castle Veteran upgrade for the Spearmen coming out, which is going to make them a whole lot tankier. We have no upgrades over here on our military upgrades. As I say that, here they come. The Iron Flesh, a little bit weird. I mean, I guess it's useful in the sense that you probably know that the opponent will eventually go archers, but I haven't seen archers yet, so they're not going to be stopping much. And this is a large group and those spearmen are not there in time. They finally get in time, but the backside is already dead. Spearmen do counter this group, as you can see the health bar is going down, which is this is a decent trade for Cup, honestly, because the units that he produced were pretty cheap. But losing those crossbowmen for free is definitely not ideal. And it was all to get this Imam out here to secure this relic, which is also not going to be great for Cup if Core is able to get all these relics. Where are you going to plop them? I mean, there's just so much stuff going on around here. And the other wing that went down was the military wing as well. All right, so we have two more lenses being made. There's the archers coming in. So as per usual, Cup was ahead of the game in terms of me, and I figured it was coming down because I saw the archery ranges. But still, that was That was a 6 cents there by Cup, so pretty impressive. We have almost English civilians, which is just crazy as you can see how many civilians pop out each time. And we have 16 veteran spearmen, which is going to be great into this. And then we have crossbowmen. The only thing, though, is that there's not going to be much of an answer for these archers, because crossbowmen do not deal that well with archers, and do spearmen. So Cup's army might get shredded unless he just has an overwhelming force for core. We have this wall going down. We have a stone wall going down for Cup, actually, and just stopping right here. I believe they can still get through that, so hopefully Cup is able to take down this nonsense right here, and that will be able to extend it over here. That's what I'm assuming is going to happen, because if not, that wall is doing literally nothing. We have the one lone spearman being brave as hell, just walking out here, being like, guys, don't worry, I got this desync. I was going to say, just like, hello. It's like the one lone scout that just like tries it, and the dad just in the back screaming like, what are you doing? Luckily it gets away this time, but next time might not be so lucky. We have all the upgrades coming in for core, 6 at a time coming in, which is nice. We have the men-at-arms upgrade coming in for Cup. Tons and tons of food floating for core, so wouldn't be surprised if we just see a upgrade soon. We have all of the food coming in over here. We have this huge mass army coming out over here. We have control of everywhere, even this far up, gold taken. I wouldn't be surprised to see core take this and this. We already have a pretty sizable force. We have a keep going down the middle, which is going to be absolutely huge for core. I don't see how. I think that core is going to win this one pretty handedly, because the army composition, I love cores way more than I love this. 35 spearmen versus 33 archers is going to be a really rough time, and these lancers are going to run away. And also there's only 5 armored early man-at-arms, so when they retreat back to that, and also this mangonel as well is going to be a huge difference maker. But when they retreat back to this fort, there's not much armor going on, so you can't really dive a fort with 31 whatchamacallit. And now we also have the static defense of the siege engines going down. So, and there's the wall as predicted. Nope, kind of snaked it around this way, which is, I mean, that's definitely unique. We have the mangonel setting up shop. We have another wall going down over here. So just everything's walled, but at this point, and there's the crossbowman coming out, meeting, using, it's like it's a pseudo front line, which is kind of cool. But this is going to get absolutely gobbled up by these mangonels. Mangonels are going to get one shot in, yes. There they go. Boom. Absolutely obliterates his front line. Let's see if they can get another shot off. It looks like they should, and as you can see, the archers are absolutely melting this front line. But the good thing about this is that core's front line is just so mobile. They can just instantly pull back. It looks a lot more even because they're fighting under the English tower, which gives them that attack speed buff. But these 2 mangonels are going to just be absolutely shredding, getting tons and tons of values. We just have archers left, which is not so good in terms for core, but tons of reinforcements streaming in, which we can finally pull. And if these, we have the Wingard Palace going down as well, so looking for those upgraded units. But if these mangonels are not, if no one's able to get to them, it's going to be a long day. And there they go. They're going to finally pull back, but unfortunately for Cup, they're going to see, oh crap, they have a fort sitting there, which is not good. It does look like they were able to win that first battle, so I guess I was incorrect in thinking that it was mainly in core's favor, but I just think the sheer amount of back end and map control that core has, I still think that they're going to come out on top. And this is what I did mention, though, that this army composition would be really tough to get past this keep, because there's no really armored units, and these 2 mangonels are going to make it really hard. We have our first Wingard footmen, which are so busted. They are so good, and there's the farm upgrade as well, enclosures that gives you 1 plus gold as well. So there's a chance that Cup could take this victory. The only thing I really don't like about his current position is that the map control, look at this. The sacred site is counting down to 7, so he's going to need to find some way to desync one of these sacred sites. Core was even able to put up a stone wall on this side as well, which is just crazy. Now in Imperial Age, they're both there. We have boiling oil coming out, I'm assuming for this one. Yes. Yeah. We have all but the trade wing. And then we're going to have all these new things coming in. Let's see. We have, yep, the Tith Barns. I don't think I've ever actually seen that upgrade before. Now we have the upgrade to Elite Knights coming in. We have the upgrade to Elite Men-at-Arms for Cup. We have more upgrades coming in as well for just battering rams and everything like that. So it looks like Cup is going to deal with this keep with some battering rams, which I do like that with his current force. We have Knights streaming in. We also have hand cannoneers coming in for core. And we still have these 2 mangonels, which are going to play a huge role because this is just asking to be mangonelled. I don't think I've ever actually used that as a descriptor word. I don't think you can, but I'm gonna throw it. They're gonna get mangonelled. Here we go. I would love to see these set up a little bit more, though. Nope, they're gonna leave this out to dust. Interesting that Cup is just deciding to run into this force and a keep. I do not like this decision. I know that they have some pretty busted footmen, but was that a misclick? Like, a bit confused, but again, Cup is far better than I am. So that just is what it is there. Maybe it was just to trade a little bit. I'm not really sure. There comes the first battering ram, but I'm surprised it wasn't being used when that actually attack came in. Maybe Cup didn't like his dynamic of his military. No, he definitely liked it enough because he's going to go in again. I don't think they're going to be able to do anything with this, with all these upgraded lancers coming in, absolutely melting that front line. There's the mangonels, there's the hand cannoneers going absolutely ham. We have the golden helmets of the English trying to do their best to fight off these golden knights, but it's not doing so super well. Now we have level 4 horsemen coming out, which are just so good. If you can ever transition to those, please do. They're so cost effective. They're tanky. They do so well. And Core's hand cannoneers and archers absolutely melting. This forward keep is doing bits up front. We have all the horsemen just running around killing all these rams and just body blocking them. The best offensive line in all of football right there, just keeping them away from the quarterback, aka the keep. These 2 mangonels completely untouched. Would have liked to see some horsemen in the mix from Cup to get onto this siege equipment. And is this a forward? Oh, it's going down right there. But again, at this point, with this many civilians and this much stuff, they can start to trade a little bit of these villagers. But these mangonels are now going to set up shop here, which is not going to be good on this back end. And there goes all those civilians, absolutely ripping it apart. These mangonels are kind of out in the open, so there's a chance for Cup to be able to get onto one of them, which there they go. It doesn't look like the rams can actually do anything, which looks like what the misclick was there. We have these level 4 horses just absolutely ravaging all these rams. The mangonels were able to make it back. We have a cannon in the back, decided to even add insult to injury. It doesn't look like Core is just putting on an absolute show for macro right now, and there's going to have to be some sort of desync because in 3 minutes it's going to be a religious type victory. And I just don't see how it's possible. The amount of these horses streaming in, and they're so tanky. They have upgrades coming in, rolling in at the time. Even more are coming in. Biology's coming in, so they're going to be even beefier, pretty much. These rams cannot get anywhere close to this keep. They're coming out in full force. I think it's just a lost cause at this point. We have hand cannoneers and crossbowmen alike on the front line, just firing at whatever they can. I absolutely need a glass of water, but this is going on for absolutely ever. I love this. There's tons and tons of action, just constantly streaming. Again, here comes the offensive line, body blocking these rams. They're not able to get anywhere near that keep. This keep was not able to go down, just because the mangonel shots and all these horsemen just going absolutely ham on all the civilians. We have a now 30 civilian lead going in for Core. We have these hand cannoneers absolutely just obliterating these civilians. They're trying to get in as best they can, but they really can't do anything about it. This keep might finally go down. There it goes, but I don't think it really matters. We have this one cannon that's going to be on the infrastructure. We have the mangonels going, you know what, I'm done with my job of shooting the armies. My job there is done. It's time for another passage in life, which is taking down these barracks. And At this point, you can just see the constant stream of units coming out of Core's base. It's just absolutely insane. I'm assuming these are going down to drop another keep. Yes, I imagine even more forward. I wouldn't be surprised to see if Cup tries to make a move on one of these, but they are stone walls, so Core would have plenty of time. We even have a keep over here guarding this gold mine. Let's go back to the action, as I haven't stopped talking this entire time. You know, Core, let me know if anyone wants to duo cast with me, because I could use a break for some of these. For some of these solo casts. This is an insane rank game. I'm so happy I was able to find this one and cast it for you guys. I'm assuming that Core is going to win in about a minute and 12 minutes. So we can probably start the spiral downwards. So if you did enjoy this, please do drop a like. We will see if Cup manages to have one more defense. We have 13 man-at-arms coming in, so it looks like it's going to be the final push. And yeah, let's see if Cup's able to muster anything. I don't think it's going to be possible with 50 seconds left. I think it's going to be more like they're probably just typing in the chat being like, holy crap, that was insane. Especially if this keep goes up, I don't see how you get to this with this army sitting here. And we have 16 in production on each side, so they will instantly pop out once anyone dies. And here they come. The lone ram coming up. Here we go. That can's a bit forward though, for being 100% honest. What just happened? Oh. And that just ended. I think it glitched out because I think it was a sacred victory. So we don't get to see the final thing. A little bit of an issue there, but that game was so good. I'm going to keep it up. Court won the game. Obviously, there's no way that little military was going to do anything, and I believe the game just glitched because it hit the sacred site victory, and it kicked both players out. So I'm assuming that's what happened. Sometimes replays can do that. But yeah, so guys, if you enjoyed that cast, if you enjoyed the commentary, please do drop a like on this video and do subscribe. It really does help a lot, and we're really climbing closer. I would love to be at 250 in about a month or two, so if we can make that happen, that'd be great. Been at this for only 2 months, and it's been an absolute pleasure casting for you guys. And let me know what you want to see next. Hope you enjoy this Abbasid English game, and yeah, have a great night.